This video will define primary sources and explain how to identify, locate, and request them. What is a primary source? A primary source is a first-hand or eyewitness account, a recording, an artifact, or data regarding a person, a place, or an event. Some examples of primary sources include letters, journals or diaries, autobiographies, speeches, oral histories, scrapbooks, ephemera, and artifacts. Some of the most popular items in Stanford's collection are the beautiful medieval manuscripts, including the Gutenberg Bible leaf and Dante's Inferno. The oldest item in the collection is a Sumerian cuneiform tablet from 2056 BC. This tablet is actually a receipt for grain. A really cool item in the collection is the first draft of the original screenplay for Star Wars. It's important to remember that what makes it a primary source is the fact that it was produced at a specific point in time. Other examples of primary sources are newspapers and magazines from the time of the event, such as the news reports from the first moon landing. Government documents, as well as data and statistics, are also primary sources. Warning: primary sources are not synonymous with facts. Primary sources provide raw material to build an informed argument. It is very important to critically evaluate all sources for bias or falsification. For example, census data is known to have data collection issues that can result in inaccurate information. The recording of census data has the potential for human error because of the very nature of the process, especially among minority populations. Nerd Squirrel was surprised to learn that even police reports are primary sources, but it makes sense because they record an event at the time it happened. Nerd Squirrel knows what primary sources are now, but why do we need to use primary sources? The answer is simple. Because primary sources will provide first-hand or eyewitness accounts that can be used as a basis to form an argument or to draw a conclusion. Nerd Squirrel can formulate independent arguments by analyzing first-hand or eyewitness accounts without the filter of another scholar's perspectives or conclusions. So, where does the Nerd Squirrel find primary sources? Most primary sources are in special collections and university archives. People come from all over the world to use Stanford's special collections and archives, so Nerd Squirrel should take advantage of access to this brilliant collection. Stanford's collection includes the papers of scientists, artists, mathematicians, technologists, historians, and visionaries. There is a wide range of materials from medieval manuscripts to business records of corporations, including Apple Computer. Because of Stanford's location, there is an emphasis on Silicon Valley, as well as California, and Mexican-American history. Stanford's Special Collections has a lot of primary source documents from the civil rights movements, including the records of the National Council of La Raza and the Mexican-American Legal Defense and Educational Fund. Some of the most popular archives include the personal papers of Huey P. Newton and the Black Panther Party. This has a wealth of primary sources, including lectures, legal files, speeches, interviews, photographs, and audiovisual materials. There are also internal documents generated by the Black Panther Party, which includes community programs documents, as well as FBI documents. Special Collections provides access to online streaming collections directly from Searchworks. One such primary source is called Soy Chicana, which is part of the large Bob Fitch photograph collection. In addition to photographs, there are also audiovisual primary sources. These are part of Stanford's Archive of Recorded Sound. The Archive of Recorded Sound contains over 400,000 items in nearly all formats ever developed to record sound, including vinyl records, wax cylinders, and phonographs. One popular example is the piano rolls collection. Stanford Archives are well known for its notable literary collections, which includes major American authors. There are more than 2,000 audio cassettes from the Allen Ginsberg collection that can be streamed online directly from Searchworks.
There are plenty of poets who can make you laugh, and no shortage of poets.
To use Stanford's special collections, Nerd Squirrel will need to use the Searchworks catalog to find material and limit the results to archival material, or click on Special Collections under the list of library locations. Please note that it takes 2 days to retrieve the material from off-site storage. So, Nerd Squirrel needs to request material at least 2 days in advance of its planned use. When the requested material arrives, Nerd Squirrel must visit the Special Collections department to use the materials on-site. Nerd Squirrel should not forget to let the staff know when its research is done, so the materials can be returned to storage. When researching archival material, an important tool is Finding Aids. The Online Archive of California is a great finding aid database, which provides more detailed information on Stanford collections. Searchworks catalog links to these finding aids. For example, Searchworks has a record of Stanford University Radical Movement collection from 1969 to 1973. Nerd Squirrel can easily search by institution and limit to items at Stanford. Nerd Squirrel can also limit to collections with online items. For print material, Nerd Squirrel will need to use the finding aid to identify relevant collections and to locate the specific box and folder numbers in order to request them. There is a PDF and HTML link to the finding aid for each collection. Finding aids include a collection title and a scope and content summary that explains what material is available. The most important parts of the finding aid are the box and the folder numbers. Nerd Squirrel will need these specific details when requesting materials from Stanford's special collection. Nerd Squirrel must request the items by using the Request button from the finding aid. Nerd Squirrel is taking advantage of all the amazing primary sources that Stanford's special collection has to offer.